Ah, yeah. So picture this. You're a skinny 5'4" dude weighing about $135 soaking wet, and you're standing in a trench in the middle of World War I. It's pitch black, you're 5,000 miles from home, your backup is unconscious, and now, surprise, about a dozen angry German dudes just jumped the fence with knives, clubs, and a serious attitude problem. What do? Well, if you're Henry goddamn Johnson, you grab a bolo knife and start handing out L's like it's your full-time job. Henry Johnson wasn't your average doughboy. Born in North Carolina in 1892, he eventually ended up working as a red cap porter at the Albany train station. You know, carrying rich people's bags for tips. Real glamorous. Then in 1917, Uncle Sam says, "Hey, how about you drop that luggage and pick up a rifle?" And Henry's like, "Cool. Can I shoot Germans?" But, in a plot twist, the U.S. military was still segregated as hell, so black soldiers weren't even allowed in combat units, at least not in the American army. So the army loaned them out to the French. Yep, America said, "We don't want you to fight, but the French might." So Henry joins the 369th Infantry, better known as the Harlem Hellfighters. These guys were absolute units. They spent more time in combat than any other American unit in WW1. And they were still treated like garbage back home. Sound familiar? Anyway, the French were like, "Bien sûr, bring the Americans," and handed them French rifles, French helmets, and French rations. Because why not just throw culture shock on top of trench warfare? Okay, now buckle up. It's the night of May 14, 1918. Johnson and another Hellfighter, Needham Roberts, are posted at Outpost 20 in the Argonne Forest, and they hear something in the woods. Roberts starts tossing grenades like he's playing Call of Duty on hardcore mode. Then, bam! The German raiding party rushes the post. Needham gets wounded early, badly, can't stand. He's basically out of the fight. So now it's Henry Johnson versus the entire German lineup. Henry grabs his Springfield rifle and starts dumping rounds. Then it jams.
You just got jammed.
So he uses it as a club. Then that breaks. Now he's got a bolo knife, which is like a machete that's been taking steroids. He charges them, slashes a guy in the face, and drags Needham back to safety, like it's a capture the flag game gone sideways. By the time the French reinforcements show up, Johnson has already collapsed from blood loss. He's been shot in the arm, foot, and side. He's bleeding out. And around him are at least 4 dead Germans and a bloody mess that used to be a raiding party. The French were like, "Mon Dieu, this man is a machine," and they gave him the Croix de Guerre, Ave Palme. That's France's highest military honor. The U.S., on the other hand, no Medal of Honor, no Purple Heart, not even a fist bump. He was all like, can I get just a, no? Okay. Johnson gets discharged and goes back to being a porter, except now with war wounds and 0 benefits. When he tried to speak out about how badly veterans, especially black ones, were being treated, the Army basically called him a liar. Pretty classy, right? Fast forward like 80 freaking years. In 1996, Bill Clinton finally gives him a posthumous Purple Heart. Then in 2015, yes, 2015, Barack Obama gives him the Medal of Honor posthumously again. So yeah, it only took a century and 2 world wars later, but Henry Johnson finally got what he deserved. Henry Johnson was the original one-man wrecking crew. Rifle? Broken. Reinforcements? Nope. Still took down a squad of elite German troops with a knife and a bad attitude. He didn't fight for the recognition, he fought for his brothers in arms. And if that's not Medal of Honor material, I don't know what is. So next time you think you're having a rough day, remember Henry Johnson. Still outnumbered, still outgunned, still undefeated. This is the real Dave Newton. Subscribe for more untold military stories that deserve the spotlight. So until next time, stand tall.